I want to make a couple of comments in relation to some of the rules that we have in place. As I said yesterday, the key to driving down case numbers is driving down movement. If you don't limit movement across the community, then you will not limit case numbers. We won't have 51, we won't have 41, we won't have a falling number each and every day. We won't get to the point where we can open up. So whether it be the curfew or the 5 kilometre rule or rules around how often you can leave the home to go shopping and how many people can leave the home to go shopping, all of these rules are about limiting movement. Some of them limit movement in and of themselves, and some of them make the job of enforcing the rules in a broader context easier and simpler. If the curfew was removed tonight, then the only change would be that you could go potentially for a jog at 11 o'clock tonight. You could maybe go shopping at 11 o'clock tonight if the supermarket were open. That's not been the case. Supermarkets, whether there was a curfew or not, have limited their trading hours. That's a decision for them. But ultimately, having the curfew simply makes the job, the very difficult and critically important job of Victoria Police, and I will thank Victoria Police, every member and their families who are all contributing to the enforcement of these rules. And it's our job to make sure that that task, it's never easy, but we've got to try and make it as simple as we possibly can. And there are no lawful reasons to leave your home other than to go to work if you're a permitted worker, for which the curfew does not apply to you, to get care if you need that care urgently, and then the curfew does not apply to you. The only limitations, other than going and conducting activity, gatherings in homes, which are unlawful, would be doing your exercise within inside the curfew hour, so doing your exercise between 5 a.m. and 8, soon to be 9 p.m, or going shopping and having to go shopping during the day or the early evening, as opposed to going shopping for the things you need when you need them very late at night. Now, that is a sacrifice, but I would simply say I think that is worth it when it comes to limiting movement and limiting case numbers. People are, of course, free to have different views. The term curfew is rather loaded, but at the end of the day, it is effective. Just as all of these rules, as regrettable as they are effective in reducing movement. And if you don't reduce movement and the number of people that you come in contact with, then of course you don't reduce the risk of this virus spreading. And of course, whilst ever you have a high risk of the virus spreading, then the rules stay on for longer and you can't open up. That's the basic logic of this. Common sense tells you that we won't need a curfew forever. We will need it for so long as it serves a useful purpose in helping police to enforce rules that are making it more likely that we can open and stay open. Those rules will come off, as we have indicated, through that safe and steady roadmap. I know some people, many people, myself included, would like all of those rules to go away as soon as possible, tomorrow, the next day. But that would neither be steady or safe or the responsible thing to do. So I want to thank every single Victorian who is playing their part, and that is the vast majority who are following the rules, doing the right thing, and that's why these case numbers continue to fall. And that's why, for instance, in regional Victoria, we are very close to being able to take substantial steps towards that COVID normal. That's the product, it's not by accident, it's the product of having rules in place, making them easy to defend, easy to enforce, and the collective efforts of literally millions and millions of people all doing their part. There are some who don't, but let's not see the actions or the conduct of a very small number of people in any way detract from the amazing sacrifice that so many Victorians are making. That sacrifice must count for something. Opening up too much too soon will mean it counts for exactly nothing. That's not fair, that's not right, and that's not the strategy that I will put in place.